Hello, kindergarten and first grade. This week we're going to do an extra fun lesson. We are going to read this book, Never Let a Unicorn Scribble. It is a lot of fun and it's really cute. And my mom actually bought this for us. She bought it and donated it to the art room. So thank you to Mrs. Thompson's mom. And then we're going to do some scribble art with a unicorn. And here's an example. As you can see, it looks really fun. You're going to be able, because we're still learning about color. So for your scribble art, you can either do warm colors, orange, reds, pinks, yellows, or you can choose cool colors, blue, green, purple. And then you'll scribble all over your paper, and then with a second piece of paper, we'll draw a unicorn, and we'll cut it out, and we'll glue it on top of our scribble art. And as you can see, it looks really cute and a lot of fun. So you're going to need some paper. Actually, you're going to need 2 pieces of paper to be exact. You're going to need markers and crayons, a Sharpie if you have one, and you're going to need something where you can glue your unicorn to your scribble art. You can use glue sticks, regular glue, just do dot, dot, not a lot so you don't get it all bubbly and yucky looking, okay? So get your stuff together. We're going to read the book, and then we're going to make our art. Never Let a Unicorn Scribble. Written and illustrated by Diane Albert. I recently got a pet unicorn. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. And everyone keeps telling me, never let a unicorn scribble. Why would anyone say such a thing? I mean, unicorns can run on rainbows. So why can't they scribble? I thought, if I gave her just one crayon, what could go wrong? Well, I'll tell you, she ate it. Now, my favorite bright pink crayon was traveling to the belly of my unicorn. This is probably why people are saying unicorns should never scribble, because they eat crayons. Then it occurred to me, maybe unicorns don't know how to use crayons. So I gathered all my crayons and started to scribble. I made a blue scribble and a pink scribble, a yellow scribble, and even a crazy scribble. And now that she could see how crayons worked, I thought I would give her another chance to scribble. I took out a teal crayon and placed it right in front of her. And she ate half of it. Listen to me, unicorn. We do not eat crayons. We draw with them. But then I realized a unicorn couldn't hold a crayon like I could. Maybe that was why she was eating them. I had an idea. Maybe if I tied a few crayons to her horn, that would help her scribble. Within seconds, glitter scribbles started shooting out like water from a fire hose. Sparkling rainbow scribbles were everywhere. They were on the floor, on the ceiling, on the walls. They were even on my lamp. I've been begging my mom to redecorate my room for a while now, but I don't think this is what she had in mind. Then I heard a noise down the hall. This was it. I was going to be in so much trouble. I popped out of my room and blocked the door. Before my mom could say anything, I started to explain the mess she was about to see. Well, it all started when I heard to never let a unicorn scribble, but I had to find out why. So I gave my unicorn a crayon, and then she ate it. I tried to teach her how to scribble, but then she ate another crayon. So I tied the crayons to her horn, and boy, was that magical. The scribbles started shooting out like a water fountain, and they were so sparkly, but it made such a mess, and I'm sorry. My mom peeked around the corner and smiled. Didn't make a mess. You made a glowing masterpiece. When I turned around, all the scribbles were right on my easel, not on the ceiling, not on the walls, not on my lamp. They were on one big piece of paper, and it was the most amazing art ever. At this time, people wanted to stop unicorns from scribbling. It could be because they eat crayons, or because it's so messy. But if my unicorn had never scribbled, she would have never learned how to make this masterpiece. So the next time you hear a unicorn shouldn't scribble, just remember, all great art starts with a scribble, and even unicorns have to start somewhere. The end. Okay, so I have my paper going up and down where it's tall and skinny. It's kind of cutting off the bottom down here, but I'm going to be drawing up here for now. And we're drawing our unicorn. Now I'm going to start right here in this area. In fact, if you want, let's fold it to help you know where to put things on the paper and how big to make them. So I'm folding it in half, make a nice crease, fold it in half one more time, make a nice crease. All right, now I'm going to open it back up and flatten it out as much as I can. Okay, so for the eyes, I'm in the top left box, and I'm going to draw them right about here. It's kind of like when we started that space picture with the astronaut, kind of where we started his head. And so I'm going to draw the eyes. I'm going to draw a big oval. I'm going to draw it closer to the middle part here. You're going to notice it's pretty big. Look at it compared to my hand. And then just kind of hiding behind it just a little, I'm doing a second oval. All right. Then I'm going to make a little oval inside each of them. If you want to make a little reflection in your unicorn's eyes, you can. All right. If you want eyelashes for your unicorn, you can, but you don't have to. Then we have our horn for our unicorn. Okay. So the horn is basically what shape? Yes, a cone or a triangle. So I drew a tall, skinny triangle coming right out of the eyeballs. And I'm going to make curved lines that are at an angle. Okay. All right. Then we're going to draw our unicorn's face. It's going to come out of the eye right about here. And I'm going to come out and down. All right. Let me move my paper up just a bit. So again, it was out and down, and it goes up just a little bit. Then over here on this side of the eye, I'm going to make a line that just comes down at an angle right off the paper there. Okay. And then I'm going to have my unicorn's beautiful mane. That's the unicorn's hair. Okay. All right. Now we're going to stop this line. I'm going to put my pencil right there, and I'm going to go right down because that's my unicorn's neck. Okay. Then I'm going to give my unicorn some nostrils so he or she can breathe. And think about it, if unicorns were real, you would have boy unicorns too, you know. All right, so I got a smile, I got my nostrils, eyes, horn, your mane. And if you want to add any little extra touches, like maybe he or she has blushing a little bit, a little pink or something, you can add that. Now we're going to take our Sharpie and trace over that. So, move it down. I'm going to do my horn. And the eyes. And remember, protect your furniture, your countertops, your desk. Put a piece of paper under it. All right. come back and I'll color the dark parts in later. This Sharpie is drying out, so I'm not going to try to color it in with this one. I'm not going to Sharpie where my little unicorn's going to be blushing because I don't want like a heavy black line around it. Alright, and again, I'll come back and color those in because this Sharpie is drying out super fast. Alright, so now let me switch. The only other Sharpie I have with me right now is one of my big fat ones, but that's okay. It's actually good for when you're coloring things in. Alright, so you can hit pause on the video and finish Sharpieing your unicorn, and then come back here so I can show you what to do with the horn, and if you want to do the little blushing cheek. Okay, so hit pause, finish your Sharpieing. Remember to erase any pencil that's peeking out behind it. And then, like I said, hit play again, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so now I'm going to do the blushing cheek, the horn, and my unicorn's mane. Now, again, you don't have to do the blushing cheek. So if you're making your unicorn a boy, you probably don't want that because it looks kind of like makeup. But I'm just going to, I'm coloring softly, and I'm coloring in a circular motion, which means I'm going round and round, and it's just kind of like a little blush on my unicorn's cheek. Okay, it's very subtle, which means it's not like crazy noticeable. Then for the horn, I'm going to pick out colors that I feel like are kind of unicornish colors. Like that's a blue violet, I've got a pink, and I mean, the colors you choose can be completely up to you. It is your picture, your creation. All right, so I'm going to take those, and I'm basically going to color them like in stripes. Okay, and you can color yours any color you want. I recommend sticking with crayons for the horn and the mane and the cheek, simply because we did the background with marker. And that way there'll be a little bit of a difference, and they won't be exactly the same. So there's my unicorn's adorable little horn. All right, and I'm going to color their mane like a lavender, which is a really light purple. And I'm realizing I don't have a lavender crayon. I have a lavender marker, but it's kind of drying out. So I'm going to hit pause, and I'm going to go look on my cart and see if I have a lavender. All right, I'm in luck. I found one. It's called Wisteria, but it looks like a lavender. And so I'm coloring my unicorn's mane. As always, I'm coloring neatly. Just because this is called Don't Let a Unicorn Scribble doesn't mean you scribble on your unicorn's mane or their horn. You still color nicely. It's important to know when it's okay to do something and when it's not okay to do something. Like in the background, it's okay to scribble because that's what it's about. But on the unicorn, we want that to look nice. All right? So now is the fun part. We're going to cut our unicorn out. Now, I know some of my kindergarten friends are probably new to cutting. You probably haven't done it a lot, but part of kindergarten is learning how to cut, even if it's not perfect. Okay, but I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut my unicorn out. If it's too hard for you to cut around your unicorn's mane, you can leave some of the white around it a little bit. For example, you could cut it out something like this. See how I'm doing that? And then that way, I'm not having to cut around all the teeny tiny little hard parts. Because for some of you, especially if you're new to cutting, you may not know how to do that. So see how I left a bunch of white around it? So if you want to do that, you can, or you can do like I did here and go ahead and be a little more exact. It is up to you. Again, probably almost all of my kindergarten friends, you're going to want to do this. If you drew really long eyelashes, it's going to be hard to cut out around that. So like even for me, and I am an art teacher, I am going to do this to cut around my eyelashes. See what I'm doing there? I'm not trying to get 100% of the white to go away. All right, same thing here. Be careful, don't accidentally cut your unicorn's horn off. All right, so now my unicorn is cut out and absolutely adorable. So now it's time to glue it to your background. Okay, so now you're finally going to use those glue sticks Miss Thompson gave you, and we're going to glue our unicorn to your scribbling masterpiece that you made. You can see this is what it looks like on the cool color background, and this is what it looks like on the warm color background. I think I'm going to stick with the warm one. So I'm going to flip my unicorn over. I take the lid off my glue stick, and I'm rubbing glue on the eyes, all over the face, even on his hair or mane, down on the neck. I want to get it really good because especially if it's humid, being here in Texas, stuff tends to come off. I'm going to line up his neck with the corner of the paper, and I smooth it all out. And now I have my adorable unicorn. And I can't wait to see yours. If you're virtual, please, please, please send me a picture so I can see how they turn out. Those of you here in person, obviously we don't have to worry about that. But that was really fun. And again, it comes from the book, Never Let a Unicorn Scribble. Adorable book that my mom got for you guys. So be sure you say, thank you, Mrs. Brown. She's a teacher too. And she teaches kindergarten in Arlington. So, all right. Thanks, guys. It was a lot of fun working with you. Thank you, Mom, for the book. And I hope you guys have a great week.